Hello. I miss you. Hope you're doing well. I even wore a tie for you this Monday. All right. No more silly questions, I promise. I hope you're doing well. So the outlook for the rest of the school year is 2 weeks of new curriculum. This week, the week of May 11th, and then next week, the week of May 18th. And then if you're in good shape, if you've got the pass, then if you pass the class, then the next 2 weeks I can send you some enrichment. If you're looking at doing pre-calc next year, I can send you some stuff that will help you with that. Or if you're doing Algebra 3, I can send you some stuff, or whatever if you want to do some more math, you let me know, and I can send some things out, or maybe I will no matter what, and then you can choose to do them or not. I'll make sure I title them enrichment. If you haven't been doing much, either before the time that we left school, or, maybe now, I'll be reaching out to you later next week, and then we'll use those excuse me, gosh, my phone's on, that's bad, naughty. Take it to Mr. McDonald. Those last 2 weeks of school leading the very end of May and then early June, if you're not passing, we'll use that time to help you pass. So 2 weeks of new math. Here we go. So this week, we're going to do 8.5 and 8.6. But before we talk about that, unless you did 8.4 last night, Sunday night, the night it was due, and today's Monday and you're actually watching this video on Monday, and you're going to do 8.5 and 8.6 Monday. In other words, if you're doing 8.4 from last week and 8.5 and 8.6, bang, 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 like same days, okay. But that's likely not you. In which case, before you even think about doing 8.5, please go back and review 8.4. Look at your notes, or do some practice again, repeat some practice from the right side of 8.4A and 8.4B. Do the Ed puzzle, or not the Ed puzzle, but the quizzes again, just to see where you're sitting. However you want to review. Because if we don't remember that really well, 8.5 is going to stink. 8.5 is also a brand new lesson. You definitely have never seen it before. And it's going to be a little weird. I'm not going to say difficult, I'm going to say weird. So the more you can practice it, the better. And I'll get down to that in a second. There was some good feedback last week. And then go ahead and look at, when you start doing your math this week, go ahead and look at 8.6. You're going to be like, man, I'm supposed to solve these crazy looking equations? What's cool is if 8.4 and 8.5, if you can get those weird new skills down, 8.6 is actually just as easy as Chapter 3 from Algebra 1. Chapter 3, Algebra 1. 8.6 is that easy. But it's only easy if we can get down 8.4 and 8.5. So please take your time on those two sections. All right, so this week, once you review 8.4, then go ahead and start doing the new stuff. I'd recommend that you do notes first, before the Ed puzzle. I know the Ed puzzle is kind of notes, but it's a good way to get you more points. But the Ed puzzle is easier if you do the notes first, and then you just kind of breeze through the Ed puzzle afterwards. And maybe before you do the Ed puzzle, you might want to do the practice. Several people, I apologize, I can't be that popular. Several people commented that, Mr. P, I could use some more examples. I completely agree. The notes examples are limited. It's bare bones, so we don't bore you in class with a long lecture. But that's where I would recommend that if you go to chsa2.weebly.com, which has also been linked in Google Classroom, our Classroom Weebly, where all the resources are. If you're like, man, those notes not make any sense, keep your notes out and then start doing that practice on the right side, but use the video. Go ahead and let me teach you with that video and reiterate how to do things. You can go ahead and do that whole right side with the video. Just writing stuff down and listening, but pausing so you're listening and able to write and think, not just copying, because you're not learning if you're doing that, right? And then if you the more you can practice, the better. So honestly, that right side, do it once just straight out with the video of me doing it, just writing stuff down and listening and thinking a little bit, and then see if you can do it again. Maybe with just a couple little hints from the video, hit and play once in a while, and then see if you can do the entire right side a third time. Maybe all by yourself, just checking the answers. If this stuff is weird, which it might be for you. I don't need to see all 3 times you do the assignment. You don't get extra credit for doing that, but that's a good way to learn, folks. So whether you take me up on that now or in future classes where stuff is tough, the more you can get reps, the better. All right, so then eventually you do the ed puzzle. I'd suggest after notes and practice, but that's up to you. And then finally the quizzes. You can do that multiple times. That one's gonna get scored as a summative. Yeah, that's the week, eh? I miss you. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're, you know, I think many people have realized that routines are good in some cases. Like, my mornings are a lot less stressful. Man, I'm stressed for hustling the kids off to daycare and then trying to be in one piece when I get to school. Anyway, but in general, routines are good. So if you're sleeping late and your folks are okay with that, that's, you know, fine. But hopefully you're productive with schoolwork or exercising, or a lot of you are working right now, and taking care of home things, that you're balancing all of that and being productive and getting a sense of accomplishment. And yeah, we'll see you, unless you're a senior, we'll see you, you know, next school year, maybe sooner than later. All right, again, hope you're well. Reach out if you, on this stuff, if you need any help, shoot me an email, shoot me a picture of your work and where you're stuck with a question written on there or typed in the email. I can respond to you with an email back. I can respond with a YouTube video customized to you, and I'll make it private so like it's not linked and no one's able to view it besides you. But it'll be custom for your question or questions, or we can do the Google Duo thing and do a live back and forth. Okay? All right, I hope you're all well. Take care. You know what's funny is this is the second time I did this video, because the first time I did it, on either end of the iPad, there's the camera hole right there, and there's the home button, you know, over there. And I thought the home button was the camera, so I spent the whole time looking down there. Instead, I'm like, I'll just redo it because the second time will be better. It probably was, but the second time was like 2 or 3 minutes longer. I don't know how. All right, take care. Let me know if you need anything. Bye-bye.